A Rhode Island staple for many years is Uncle Tony's. Great, delicious food, wonderful atmosphere. I met Stephen, the owner. What a great guy.
1970, a friend of mine asked me to borrow my camera. And being a very young man with a very expensive camera at that time, I said, no, you can't borrow my camera. Well, what do you need to do? And he told me that he needed to take pictures for his cousin's new restaurant that was opening for a newspaper ad. So I said, well, I'll go with you, I'll take the pictures. So he took me to Ed Carosi's first restaurant on Smith Street, and I met Ed. I took the pictures. They were in his first newspaper ad in The Observer. And next week he asked me to take some more pictures and asked me if I wanted to come to work for him. I was 17, and I haven't worked for anyone else ever since.
Really?
We don't try to be too fancy, number one. We don't have white tablecloths. We don't have strolling violinists. We have good basic Italian food. We buy the best, freshest ingredients that we can find. And we make everything that we serve in-house. Yeah. Make our own meatballs, our own eggplant, our own chicken cutlets, soups, sauces, everything on the menu we make ourselves in our own kitchens.
With so many menu choices, including a separate gluten-free menu, what is Stephen's favorite dish?
My favorite dinner entree is lasagna, okay? Without a doubt, no question, hands down. And my second favorite is pizza.
Who makes a better lasagna? The people inside this restaurant or your mother?
Well, you might find this hard to believe, but when I first started working for Uncle Tony's, we didn't sell lasagna, okay? And then as we grew and we had a few more stores, we decided we put lasagna in the menu, and my job as district manager was to come up with the recipes and procedures and so forth for new menu items. First thing I did was call my mom. Now, I want you to know, my mom is Irish and Swedish, okay? So she knows how to cook potatoes and chicken and peas. But when my parents first got married and moved to Rhode Island, they lived next door to people named the Mirabeles, and Mrs. Mirabeles' mom, Mrs. Pesco-Solito, taught my mom how to make sauce, how to make lasagna, how to make stuffed peppers. Stuffed peppers is another recipe that I got from my mom, which is from Mrs. Pesco-Solito. So it's funny that you asked that question, and it turns out that it's the same lasagna.
Okay.
It's very basic. It's one of our best-selling items, and it's tasty.
So how has Uncle Tony's in East Providence fared through the COVID-19 situation?
The first and foremost thing I have to say is how much I appreciate the fact that my staff, we never closed the day. So how much I appreciate the fact that my staff stayed with me working, the ones who we asked to stay. They were all aware that they could collect, say I don't want to come to work, collect unemployment, get the extra $600 a week, but they didn't. And to me, that is more valuable than any gift that anybody could give me. To have my staff show that much dedication and caring for the job and caring for what they do on a daily basis. And it still amazes myself and the other managers to this day how we kept so many people on and they never complained about having to come to work. In the end, I did pay them extra, but they didn't even know that in the beginning. So I'm just so thankful to my whole staff, even the ones who unfortunately couldn't work because our dining room was closed. So we had a lot of cooks, pizza bakers, and a lot of cashiers to do the curbside takeout. And I'm extremely grateful to all of them for their hard work.
Now, for many years, Uncle Tony's has had coin-operated jukeboxes at the tables. But like Benny's and Rocky Point Theme Park, it seems as though their time has come.
It really broke my heart to have to take the jukeboxes out of the restaurant while we were closed for the COVID crisis. But the problem is that there aren't any young people or middle-aged people that have a desire to learn how to fix jukeboxes, because jukeboxes haven't been made in probably 30 years. Well, they did make ones that played CDs, but we don't even count those as real jukeboxes. The ones that played 45s or 78s, those are real jukeboxes. And I tried to maintain them as best as I could on my own, but I know nothing about electronics, so as soon as something electrical happened to one of the wall boxes, I was in trouble.
The jukeboxes may be gone, but wait until you see what's coming real soon.
We began planning this new restaurant. We talked about putting a bar in. It's literally another business inside your restaurant business. It needs management, it needs staff, it needs separate inventory control. There's so much to it. And I just decided I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel we needed it. But with the COVID crisis and being closed for this amount of time, not knowing if my guests would be quick to come back, I figured, well, we're closed. We can do all the dirty construction in the dining room while we're closed, and it might give our guests a little more incentive to come back, see what's new at Uncle Tony's, get a margarita or an espresso martini, and maybe sit at the bar, watch TV, or maybe just get a drink while they're dining in the regular dining room.
Just in case you still need a reason to come in, how about an invite from the owner?
I'd like to invite everybody to come in to not only see the bar, but to enjoy our great food and our great service. I certainly pride myself in guest services just as much as the quality of food, and it would make me very happy to see a lot of new customers coming in and smiling faces.
Look, maybe it's too hot out, you don't feel like cooking tonight, or you're looking for just a great place to get a great, delicious lunch. Come on down, Uncle Tony's. Oh, it's such a good place. It's delicious. Steve, what do you have here? My goodness.
Well, Ben, we can't use them in the dining room anymore, so you can use it as a boat anchor or
Oh, this is incredible.
whatever you decide.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
Great news, Susan. We're
welcome.
going to need all the quarters we can get now. I'm going to play this in my office.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much. This is awesome. Perfect.